I did my 5th sports med project on genetic color blindness. Genetic color blindness occurs when you're unable to see colors in a normal way. It is also known as color deficiency. In the retina, there are two types of cells that detect light. They are called rods and cones. Rods detect only light and dark and are very sensitive to low light levels. Cone cells detect color and are concentrated near the center of your vision. There are 3 types of cones that see color: red, green, and blue. The brain uses input from these cone cells to determine our color perception. Boys versus girls. The 23rd chromosome is made of 2 parts, either 2 X chromosomes if you're a female, or an X and Y chromosome if you're a male. The gene which causes color blindness is found only on the X chromosome. So for a male to be colorblind, the color blindness gene only has to appear on his X chromosome. For a female to be colorblind, it must be present on both of her X chromosomes, effectively making it harder for females to be colorblind. Genetic inheritance. So if you have a colorblind father and a non-colorblind mother, the son receives a Y chromosome, which has no colorblind gene from the father, and the daughters receive an X chromosome with the colorblind gene, making them carriers of the trait, since it is not attached to both chromosomes. The non-colorblind mother gives her sons an X with no colorblind gene and a daughter with no colorblind gene. So these sons have no chance of being colorblind, and the daughters have a 100% chance of being carriers of the gene. If you have a non-colorblind father and a colorblind mother, the sons receive a Y chromosome, which has no colorblind gene from the father, and the daughters receive an X chromosome, which has no colorblind gene from the father, and the mother has gives her sons an X, which they only need one to be colorblind, so they will all be colorblind in the scenario, and the daughters will have a 100% chance of being carriers due to the mother being completely colorblind. If you have a non-colorblind father and a colorblind carrier mother, both the sons and the daughters have a 50% chance of being colorblind and a colorblind carrier due to the fact that they both, or just the mom has the X chromosome and the father does not. If you have a colorblind father and a colorblind carrier mother, then it's the same, the 50-50 chance odds of the daughters being a carrier and the 50% of the boys being colorblind. In conclusion, most people have 23 pairs of chromosomes for a total of 46. We each get one set of 23 from our moms and one set of 23 from our dads. Sprinkled throughout these chromosomes are the instructions for building and running each of us. These instructions mostly come in the form of genes. Each of these genes has the instructions for one small part of you. One might tell your eyes how much pigment to make and so determine whether or not you'll have brown eyes. And another might determine whether or not you have a certain receptor in your eye that tells you red from green. The last gene is the one behind being colorblind. It comes in 2 different versions, a working version and a non-working version. If you have only a non-working version, then you are colorblind. What this means is that you only need one working copy to be able to tell red from green. This is where boys get into trouble. As you may already know, boys have an X and Y chromosome and girls have 2 X chromosomes. Besides deciding whether you're a boy or a girl, this also means that boys have one copy of the red-green receptor gene, while girls have 2. And this matters because, as I said, you need just one working copy to be able to tell red from green. So if a girl gets a non-working copy of this receptor gene from just one parent, she'll be able to tell red from green because she has 2 X's and both have to have the color blindness gene for her to be colorblind. But the same is not true for boys. If the son gets one colorblind gene from his mom or his dad, he will be colorblind. And that's all for me. Thank you.